Howdy folks, Sapper here, aka Sean, and we're bringing you Labyrinth, The Awakening, turn number 11. So let's get this thing kicked off. Let's see what the jihadis are going to do right now. Oh man, well, that's not a good one for me. At least it's not a I mean it's my event, so that won't get played. However, they'll probably end up doing plots, I think, with that. Let's see. Yeah, we definitely don't want to improve the governance. So, let's see. Is a major jihad possible? Can we do a major jihad there? Let's look. Yes, we can do a major jihad this time, because I can remember the last time that we did that, it was a one-op card. Well, you have to roll, the amount of dice you roll to determine success is based on your ops. So if it's a one-op, you roll one die, two ops, two dice. You get the picture, right? So the card that I used last time, I think it was last turn, was a one-op card. So I couldn't do the major jihad, but now I can do the major jihad. So let's see if we can do a major jihad. I hope we can't, but the jihadis want that to happen. So we're going to do a major jihad. We're going to establish Islamist rule in Afghanistan, which they were in the very beginning of the game. So they were Islamist rule. The U.S. went in, kicked out the jihadis. We were never able to do anything in Afghanistan, and then we left. And we went to Somalia instead and kicked them out of there. Well, guess what? The guys that we kicked out of Somalia packed their bags and they moved to Afghanistan. So, let's see here. All these cells are active. Okay. Proceed per minor jihad, except we need 2 successes. We need 2 successes on 3 dice. So we need to roll lower than a 3 twice. And look at that. That's awesome. Major failure. Ha ha ha. That's, you know what? I'm really happy about that. If 3 rolls at poor fail to shift a country to Islamist rule, shift it 1 box toward its ally and place a besieged regime. 1 box towards ally. Boom. And now let's place that besieged regime marker. So they weren't successful, but I'll tell you one thing. The jihadis will just keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing until they get what they want. So now the besieged regime happens. So now we get an automatic success. 1 automatic success. So just because they lost doesn't mean a thing. They're going to keep on trying until they get what they want. All right, card number 2. Let's see what happens. Watch, it's going to be another 3-op U.S. event. Nope. Smartphone. Let's see. Play if country was subject to an event or operations. Yes, Afghanistan was. So we're going to place a reaction marker in that country. So basically. All right. So the aid markers affect War of Ideas rolls. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Awakening rolls. The Awakening rolls, I think, are also War of Ideas. Let me check. Or the reaction rolls. It's the... Okay, so they do affect jihad rolls as well. They affect War of Ideas rolls, and they affect jihad rolls. My last roll, they wouldn't have, because they basically cancel each other out. But now... So we get an auto... So if we do a jihad here again, we get an auto success, and they will get -1 to the die roll. So you can believe that that Afghanistan is going to be. My prediction is that Afghanistan will be a Islamist rule country by the end of the turn. All right, let's look at our hand here. We've got that. Ooh, we got a bunch of mess right there. Let's see what the bad stuff is first. Remove up to 2 awakening markers from a single country. Blocks the play of Facebook until the next play of smartphones. Well, Facebook has been played. Or no, actually, I'm sorry, smartphones has been played. And then Facebook did get played. It's already in the discard pile. Play if Yemen poor and Iran not ally. So Iran is not an ally, and Yemen, unfortunately. So I could play that and be safe. Boko Haram. So that happened over, if I'm not mistaken, that happened in Nigeria? It happened, that nonsense happened in Africa. All right, what do we got? Yep, in Nigeria. Place a level 2 or 3 plot or place up to 3 cells. Each time this event is played, the jihadist player may return this card to hand by discarding a non-US. I don't like that one. That card might get discarded. I might have to hold on to that and just throw it away because that's kind of ugly. Although now is the time to play that because I'll place the plot, but I can't place the cells. Oh, hold up. I don't think I can do either one of those. That actually might be safe to play. I'm going to have to research that because I believe plots can only go, where there's cells. So I can't do the plot. And I don't have cells available on the funding track because we are here. So we can't even do that. I think now's the time to probably play that. So, yeah, that might be, I might have dodged a bullet on that one. All right, so after looking at it, I think I could probably play Bloody Sunday and be okay, but I'm going to hold on to that for now. Or not Bloody Sunday, that's Bloody, I have Bloody Sunday on the mind because I just was looking at that chit. Boko Haram, I'm just going to hold on to that for now. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Tahrir Square. So what that will do is I'll place 2 awakening and 1 reaction marker in Egypt. So now Egypt will be at 2 and 2. 2 of each. So they'll basically cancel each other out. But the other thing, and I can do 1 awakening marker in any other country which does not already have one. So let's because I've been working on the Gulf states for a long time to try to get them good, and this will help me with my roll. So basically now that +1 will negate the -1 because my prestige is so low. So if I could get my prestige up a little bit, then that would help tremendously. Because I've been working on the Gulf states. It's been super frustrating to try to get. I need to get them to good. So that was my first card. If we could get another awakening marker there, that'd be the best. Ooh, there we go. So I could do that. And then another in an adjacent country. Ooh, 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 ooh. This could be my chance. So let's play you. So we're going to do another awakening marker in the Gulf states and then another of the same type in an adjacent country. Iran's adjacent. Iraq is adjacent. Let me see. Saudi Arabia is another place that I'd like to try to improve governance. So I think we'll put 1 awakening there and probably 1 in Saudi. Let's do that. All right. So that was it. That was it for me. Oh, well, all of it's me, but you know what I'm saying. All right, let's see what these guys do in response. So this is going to end up being the major jihad, and it's probably going to be successful. So we're going to end up doing a major jihad in Afghanistan again. Let's see. We have an automatic success because of the besieged regime token. So we have 2 dice. We have to roll 1 success on 2 dice. And it will be a -1 to the roll because that's a net -1. So it'll be a -1 on the die roll. So I have to roll a 4 or lower on 2 dice. I think that's how it works. I mean, if it's an automatic success, so one of these dice is auto. So do I just roll 1 die or 2 die? Let me look that up real quick. All right, so I'm going to say that the besieged regime gives me 1 success automatically. So I'm only going to roll 1 die. So I need to roll a 4 or lower because of the reaction awakening differential. So let's see. If we get a 4 or lower, then Afghanistan's going to turn to Islamic rule. Oh, man. Whew. Dodged the bullet again. All right, so it's not a major failure because 3 rolls at poor did not fail. So it's just a failure. So I think nothing happens. So that's good. I don't know how long I can continue to dodge this bullet, though. That's going to be... Ooh, the Boston Marathon. They're hitting close to home, even though there's no cells in the United States. No cells. Roll U.S. posture. +1 funding. Roll posture for the Caucasus. All right, let's roll the U.S. posture. All right, so it is a, let's see here. So here we go, U.S. posture. So it's a +1 to the roll. So 1 to 3 soft. We stay at a hard posture, which is good. I like that. And that's kind of where we wanted it to stay too. Because we don't want our posture to be the opposite of the world's posture. That's where things start getting even worse for America. So they get +1 funding. Well, that stinks. And then roll the posture for the Caucasus. So the Caucasus will be soft. All right, this isn't good because, where are we at? Let me get my marker. The Caucasus are soft. So that, I believe, makes the hard countries and the soft countries even. So the GWAT relations is at 0. The world's in the middle right now. So I don't like that. I was doing good. The world was almost at 3 with the U.S. being at hard. That would have been good. That would have given me +1 prestige. If the global war on terrorism was the same, if the world's position is hard and the U.S. is at hard and it was at 3, then I would have gotten an extra prestige. And I think I was there at one time, and now it all just slips away. It just slips right through your fingers. All right, and that's removed. So now it's the U.S.'s turn. I need to do something about that. I think... do I try it? So my die roll will be, I will have no bonuses or no penalties because I have -1 for War of Ideas because of my prestige. To shift to good is a -1. Everything else is is 0. So I would straight up die roll. If I roll on the War of Ideas table, hit the card, see? So as long as I roll a 4 or better, it will be good. Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that. Censorship. Nope, I do not want to play that. If Yemen poor and Iran not ally, I think I can do that. So what I will do is I will put you in the reserves, because that won't happen. That doesn't trigger. So I will use the op for that, or I'll put that in the reserves, and then my second card will play this. Bloody Thursday is in play, so this card is blocked. So I can't use it for the event. So I will use my I'll use my reserve, my 1 reserve, add to that, that's 2. I need a 2 op to do that. So let me roll for War of Ideas. Please let it be successful. I need a 4 or better. Oh my goodness. Maybe I need to do some reverse psychology on these dice. So maybe I need to say I need to roll lower than a 4. And if let's do this. Let's see if this works. I gotta roll lower than a 4, because now it's going to do the opposite of what I want. Well, so we've proved it. This die I need to play mind games with it. So basically, I just wasted my entire phase for nothing. No results. You know what? I didn't play I didn't play both the jihadis cards. So if this would have affected what I did here, then I'll have to redo what I did. But if this doesn't affect it, then I'll just go. All right, so playable non-U.S. event, if place an active cell or a level 1 plot in any one non-Muslim country. Place an active cell or a level 1 plot. I think, in a non-Muslim, I can do that. I can do... I can do that in the Philippines. That's the only... I could also do it in Israel. But I think the priorities table would have me put it in the Philippines. So yeah, I'll do this. I'll put the plot in the Philippines. So the plot goes to the Philippines. Now it's the U.S.'s turn. So now I'm going to end up changing what I would have done. So I'm going to take these 2 cards back in my hand, because now I need to get rid of that plot. So I think what I would do is Boko Haram. So this event does not trigger because there are no cells in Nigeria. You have to have cells to place a plot. And I can't place the cells because of the funding track. So I will use this to get rid of the op in the Philippines. So op goes bye-bye. And now I'm going to play this for the op. I'm going to put it into my reserves. And then we'll end up trying the Gulf States again on my next turn. I can't do it now because that was my two things. All right. So, jihadists, what do we do? Cessation of hostilities. Play truce in any country in a civil war. So, regime change or awakening, or with a regime change or with awakening reaction markers. Neither side may conduct operations or play event effects in this country until next turn. Neither polarization. All right, let's see. Let's look at our, what card is that? 239? Let's see what the jihadi, because it is a playable event. 239. Here we go. Truce. Treat as unplayable. Okay. That makes that easy. So that is it a playable non-US event? No. Major jihad. So guess what? We're going to try here again. So, something tells me that it's going to work this time. These guys are super persistent. So they automatically have a success. It's a 3 dice, normally a 3 dice roll. So, but we're only going to roll 2 because one of them was automatically a success. So we will say one of them is a 1. So we need 2 4s or lower. Ooh, that was, I thought, that one looked like it was a 4. Well, that would have been successful anyway. But, so Afghanistan has now become, or has come under Islamic rule. All right, so we are at Islamist rule. I think we go to adversary, right? Alignment to adversary, yep. Okay. What else? Remove all regime change, besieged regime, and aid markers. Add resources to funding. So besieged regime, all aid markers are gone. I think that was a -2. That sucks. Okay. Okay, there's no troops present. Add resources to funding. It's a 1 resource, thankfully, so we go here. All right. Well, we knew that was only a matter of time before they're super duper. The jihadis are very persistent. They're kind of like a wife, very very persistent. And no, they're not going to play that. No. Looks like we're going to travel a cell. We'll use the 1-up to travel somebody from here to somewhere else. Let's see where we go. All right, let's look. Iran's probably, let's see here, travel to Pakistan. I still have a problem with Pakistan because you can't do a jihad there. So to me, honestly, there's no point in going there. Besieged regime. Is there a besieged regime? I don't think there is one. Yeah, there's no besieged. Syria. So we'll go to Syria. Why is adjacent not one? Yeah, it looks like we're going to Syria. So let's roll. You see here, auto recruit -1 to travel. So we need a 3 or lower, but they have that -1 because there's training camps located in Syria. So basically, we need a 4 or lower, and they are successful. All right, we're getting close to having a major jihad here. We get 1 more troop there, or 1 more cell. Things are starting to go downhill pretty quick for me by the looks of it. So what I don't understand is I have 4 cards left. There shouldn't be that much of a differential. I wonder if I took back-to-back turns or something. I don't know, but I'll end up throwing that one away. So we're going to do the Pearl Roundabout for the op, and then we'll do this. We'll use my one reserve. So we need a, what am I doing? I'm doing reverse psychology. We need lower than a 4. Finally, it worked. I'm telling you, look at that. This is proof positive that reverse psychology on dice works. So they are good. Let me double check and make sure nothing else happens when you do that. All right, the only thing I would have done would be to remove aid markers. There wasn't any on the Gulf states, so finally. So now, oh, you know what? I didn't do this either, so you can't see it. So the Islamists have 1 resource. We have 3. That's awesome. Awesome. Let's do a count of the fair good countries. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. How many poor Islamist countries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. I think that's right. I missed that, so that's 9. All right. All right. Finally got the Gulf states. This will help. This will help in the other areas because I'll get a +1 to adjacent countries. But this is kind of scary what's going on in Syria. It might be time. Maybe I want to redeploy some of these guys to troops track and then get troops probably get troops into Afghanistan. Again, we can't, trying to get guys out of Afghanistan is terrible. And unfortunately, look at that. Afghanistan is not adjacent to the Gulf states. So, but this is still a step in the right direction. Two awakening markers in a single unmarked country. I believe unmarked. I think unmarked is somebody like the Sudan. It hasn't even been tested yet. Let me double check with the unmarked. So, an unmarked country is somebody that hasn't been, is basically what I said. So, Sudan, they haven't been tested yet. So I could do that. Let me see. Is there a place where I would want to do that? Algeria and Tunisia or Morocco might be a good place because, wow, Sudan's probably not bad either. Not too, at the moment, I'm not worried about what's going on down here. I'm really concerned with what's going on here. Because if they get a hold of those WMDs, oh my goodness, because those get added to the plots, and then if I draw a plot, I don't know what it is, right? So I'm going to have to deal with every plot, because if a WMD goes off, then it is not going to be good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to redeploy. Is that what it's called? Or deploy. I'm going to deploy 2 guys from Somalia back to the funding track, or the troops track, so I can probably get them back into Afghanistan. I think that's... So, there we go. So that is that. I still don't know what happened. I'm sure if I went back and watched the video, I'll know what happened. I think I ended up playing an extra jihadi turn, which, I don't know, it all works out in the end. I'm going to throw this one away, censorship. So I'll play the Erdogan effect. Play in Turkey or an adjacent non-Schengen country. Place or remove an aid. Turkey. Play in Turkey or in one adjacent non-Schengen country. Ooh, that is good. Because guess what? Syria is adjacent to Turkey. Remove, place or remove an aid. There's no aid. I don't want to do that. I think I want to place the militia. Besiege regime, awakening, reaction, or posture marker. Or place or remove up to 2 total militia. I think I'm going to do the militia. So I'm doing the Erdogan effect. We will place 2 militia in Syria, and then I will throw this away. All right, so by putting those militia there, if I'm not mistaken, so they do not trigger a prestige loss from plots or major jihad success unless troops in same country. So you have to have 5 more cells than troops. So they don't count as troops for that. But what I can do is I can perform disrupt operations with them, but I'll only remove 1 cell or flip 1 cell from sleeper to active. So I can at least do disrupt operations with them. So that's probably what my focus is going to be until I can get troops there. So anyway, that's turn 11, folks. Thanks for watching.